let's talk about SCEP versus dynamic SCEP. So SCEP stands for Simple Certificate Enrollment Protocol. It's a pretty good descriptive name. This is an enrollment protocol that MDMs, device management systems, use to automatically enroll their devices that they manage for certificates. Dynamic SCEP is an improvement over that. And basically the challenge or the token that is going to be used to identify the client and make sure like, hey, this device actually deserves a certificate is going to be generated uniquely, as opposed to basic SCEP or generic SCEP, where it's the same sort of pre-shared key across every single device. How does this difference actually work? So for generic SCEP, what we're going to start off with is that the MDM is going to send a SCEP profile, and that SCEP profile is going to contain a SCEP URL and a challenge or a token, and that's going to be the same for every single device. This profile is going to contain some other information about the certificate authority, but the key difference is that the token is the same, and it sends it over to the device, and the device is going to then use that to go talk to the PKI. It's just going to validate the SCEP URL, it's going to validate the static challenge, and then it's going to go use that information to make a certificate and then send that certificate to the client. The difference with dynamic SCEP is that we have to create this unique challenge every time. And so how that actually works is that once the SCEP profile is sent to the client, it's not going to have a challenge. And so what the client's going to do is it's going to see, okay, this is a dynamic SCEP profile. I'm going to first start by telling the MDM, hey, I need a unique challenge. And that MDM is going to forward that request off to the PKI. And what the PKI is going to do is it's going to say, okay, well, before I actually create that unique challenge, I'm first going to need to validate the device. And so it asks the MDM, hey, can you validate that the device that's actually requesting the certificate should get the certificate? Can you say like, hey, the serial number exists? After that all happens and the MDM sends back that information to the PKI, then the PKI is going to create this unique challenge here, and then it's going to send it back to the MDM. And then the MDM is going to go and share that to the client. So now the client has everything it needs to actually issue a certificate for itself. So it's going to take this SCEP URL here, and it's going to take this unique challenge that it just got, and it's going to send it over to the PKI, and it's going to say, hey, here's my dynamic challenge, here's a SCEP URL, please make me a certificate. And then so the PKI, basically after this step, SCEP and dynamic SCEP work exactly the same. The same process is followed to issue the certificate. It's just that the way that we're validating the device should get the certificate is different, and honestly, that's really important. I mean, these certificates are the keys of the castle. They give you a lot of access. We need to make sure that they actually represent the device that's requesting it. So then after that unique challenge has been validated, we're going to go and process the certificate signing request. We're going to use the certificate template to build the certificate using all the attributes from the device. Then we're going to sign it with the certificate authority's private key. We're going to send it back over to the client, and the client's going to then bind it with the private key that's generated on its own, and it's going to place it in the right certificate store.